Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Something a little bit different. Apologies for the setup. It is rather late in the day when I'm recording this, and this is kind of the best I could do with the time I have. But today we're going to be looking at some gaming keyboards. These are really affordable. I think they're about 30 to 40 pounds. They do a different range as well if you want something different to what you see here. So this one has got blue switches. I think this is a membrane below, and we've got another one here as well. So we're going to do a little unboxing and give you an overview of what they do. I know the keyboard market is a massive thing nowadays, and there's a lot to choose from. So let's give you an idea of what you can get in the budget range nowadays. So I remember a few years ago, I'll try and do this the best I can while I talk over. I remember, a few years back, mechanical keyboards, it used to be, you know, your big names used to have the really expensive ones, and then there was no real middle ground, and now it's done the total opposite flip, and the amount that you can get of a cheap mechanical keyboard is absolutely unreal. So I know budget keyboards are very popular on the channel, and I thought, why not take a look at a few more, because they've come on leaps and bounds as well. Because, for example, the cherry keys, they used to be the predominant one, and then you came in with the Cali switches, and then there's been other ones kind of come out since then as well. Little numbers popped off. So this is a blue mechanical keyboard as well. Get all this packaging away. Okay, so some different layouts. Let's try and get all this in as best I can. Okay, so I've got them all laid out. Obviously, you've got different designs here. The K61C has got a little stand you can put your phone in, which is quite nice. It would be nice if there was some media controls on it as well, but obviously we go across them individually. Both these keyboards are blues. These ones here, it says here it's a mechanical keyboard, but I'm not really too sure what they are. I did try and pull off one of the keycaps, but they're well on there. I don't actually have a remover to hand either, annoyingly. They feel like reds, so yeah, obviously these two with the metal plates and the blue switch is definitely not going to be what you want to use in an office scenario. Very loud. So let's get these plugged in. Actually, let's do it on live, why not? So as you can see, this one at the top is a 10 keyless. Got a nice braided cable, actually. You know, I'm pretty impressed with the quality. They are budget keyboards, but even still. Okay, so RGB in this one, as the motorbike goes by. So RGB is a massive thing nowadays, isn't it? So let's see what we can do. So function changes. So we've got quick modifiers. That's launching Chrome, email, calculator. These kind of shortcut keys you don't really see it anymore. They're not really that common. This is more of an old kind of multimedia thing, I would say. But it is nice to see the volume on there. It's definitely something we'll use. So the brightness controls on here. A function lock key. I'm not sure what that's really doing. Doesn't seem to be affecting anything at the moment. It's a shame it doesn't go off. That's one thing I would like to see, to have some ability to turn the lighting off fully. You have got a Windows lock on there as well, which is quite nice, so you don't have that pop up during a game. That's ruined a few matches in my time of gaming. Okay, so let's leave that one for a minute. So the 10 keyless, pretty nice though. It does feel a little bit plasticky. It's more of a silver colour than natural, right? It's not a metal backplate, unfortunately. But that's the 10 keyless. Let's go and plug this one in. Tell you what, let's plug them all in together. Okay, so same thing again, function, and then you've got some buttons here. Some modifier buttons. Let's see what we can do with this one. Okay, so there's a wave. That's apparently maximum brightness as well. Now, I've only got the office lights on now, and it's not overly bright, so a little bit of a shame there's not much more brightness than that, but I suppose I am kind of facing away a little bit from it, so it does, you know, if you're looking a bit more further down, it's just because of the angle I'm at. I'm not sat quite over it like I usually would be at my desk. What else have we got? Breathe pattern. Okay, so off, that's good, unless it's yeah, it's a reactive. A wave or a ripple, depending on what key you press. That's a wave. Static. Now, can we turn this one off? You can turn that one off, that's good. I do like the ability to turn it off. Like, I don't always like a backlight, so being able to actually switch that off fully is nice to see. I'm guessing the speed options on there yeah, slowing it down and speeding it up. Nice little bit of modifier. I think so far this is the one I prefer. It's certainly more subtle. I'm not really a fan of this kind of unicorn puke anymore. I think I've outgrown that for now. And I think also another thing is where it's a cheaper keyboard, I think the implementation of RGB doesn't look quite as nice. Like on this, it just, I don't know, I guess where there's a lot of bleed from the key and it's not quite even, it doesn't look as nice as some more expensive keyboards, but you know, you can't expect the world for the price of these. They are cheap. So I think for me, so far this one's nice. I think it certainly feels nice to type on as well. Not bad considering. Now the K61, I'm going to swap these around. Let's do the same layout. Brushed metal as well, that's black brushed. With this one, that might be an issue, is it's got blues, so it's going to be very noisy. Okay, so we've got a similar implementation of the lighting on this one as well. Reactive, ripple, wave, static, breathing. Again, I'm going to assume that this is going to work for the speed. Oh, it's a very long breathe on that one. I'm going to take that time down. Doesn't seem to have an effect on that mode. Let's go back to the static and see if we can. Okay, so again you can go off, and then that's as far as you can go on the brightness. So again, with the other keyboard, it doesn't look as good from my angle, but it looks a little bit better on camera. One thing that immediately I don't like is the way it clashes with the green logos for your number lock and stuff against the red. You know, if I wanted a black and red keyboard, then I'd want black and red, not a bit of green splashed in. So again, not perfect, but you know, there's some nice rubber on where your phone's going to sit. That's quite nice. One thing I did notice actually on the K66 is this is going to trigger a lot of people if they didn't notice it already, that are like me. This isn't straight on the actual rest of it. It's stuck up too high and it's not centered, and that's kind of annoying. And it's angled as well. It's going on a slight decline. So yeah, but in terms of, they're very solidly built. There's no flex in that one. This one won't flex because it's metal. Yeah, hardly at all. It's quite nice with the raised keycaps. I think all in all, we have had an improvement in budget keyboards. There are a few little limitations that's just basically from the price you're paying. Like for example, this one is just feels a little bit plastic. It would be nice if there, you know, this actual silver part was metal rather than just a coloured plastic. But again, that's the thing you're going to get with paying the price you do. You're not going to be able to get the, you know, the world for, you know, paying £30 for a keyboard. But it certainly has come a lot further in recent years. as these things are becoming more popular and common, that all the prices of things, everything's being produced in such great quantities that it is becoming cheaper in general. But, you know, if you're after a cheap keyboard, or, you know, you might have done the thing that I did when I was younger, that you spec'd out your PC, but then you think, oh, I added a keyboard to that, and then you've not got any money left and you need something that's just cheap and affordable, then this may be something that would be good for you. I think if I could have, so I think in conclusion, the RGB feature on another one of these would be nice for those that do want it. I like the phone holder. If we could implement the switches from this onto this one, so like a red fill instead of the blue, just because it's so clacky, that'll irritate me after a while. But I like the simple branding of that, the white on the black. The brush metal looks nice. Take away, so look, on this one we've got the red keys when all these modifiers are pressed. Put that one on there. Take the back plate, keep the phone slot, that's quite good if you want to put a pen in there or something. Simple branding, nice, you know, simple branding there as well. Bit of texture, bit of maybe additional wrist rest. RGB for those that want it. I think you just need to mash everything together. But certainly for the price these are, you can't really go wrong. If you want something cheap, that will get the job done. In terms of rollover, I think these are 6 key rollovers on these. So, you know, if you are spamming keys during games, then you should be okay. And then just going on to this, there is all the features you can do, and it looks to be like this is on all of them as well. So some of them you can record macros on, but again, there's no software, so it will be tricky to do. You will be spending quite a lot of time doing it manually, you know, rather than just clicking on a few buttons on a piece of software. But again, that's a trade-off you get from the price. But, you know, you pay your money, you take your choice, age-old saying, and I think this one in the middle for me is going to be the winner. I know it's blues, but we can deal with that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little look at the budget keyboards of nowadays. If anyone wants some more budget orientated videos, then do let me know and I'll see what we can do. Did do the podcast setup as the last video. Yeah, quick video. I know it's not as organized as it usually would be, but time constraints and stuff, so hopefully you guys don't mind that too much and you'll forgive me and I will get the quality back next week. But for today, this is really the best I can do. So thank you everyone for watching this. I hope it made some kind of sense or was some kind of use. Be sure to follow me on social media for more updates about what's going live and when. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.